Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of From Nothing, Lorna's story. We're going to pick up basically where we left off. We are...
Lorna is a victim of profiling and was unfairly targeted by the local law enforcement.
Okay.
And definitely did nothing wrong.
All right. We are in one of the city watch houses, a civic building, where your party is in a holding cell. It is, as far as holding cells go, it is fine. It's relatively comfortable. There are guards outside the holding cell on each side. And the sergeant, who has declared himself as Sergeant Elias Torin, a.k.a. Sergeant Edie, is seated at a table opposite the holding cell, going over paperwork. Lorna is
Stupid.
feeble-minded at the moment. Her intelligence is 1, which means that she's no longer capable of abstract thought. Everything is confusing, and Lorna's natural curiosity has led her to explore the world around her using her various senses, and by this we mean she is feeling the wall of the holding cell. While her party is awaiting the arrival of a cleric that can hopefully restore her, there's not a whole lot going on, both mentally and physically, in Lorna's head. With an intelligence of 1, what do you think Lorna is perceiving of her allies like this?
I mean, she wouldn't even be intelligent to gain vibes, whatever.
Sure.
She couldn't perceive their emotions or anything like that.
I'm not
so
saying
I think she'd
insight them. I'm saying what is Lorna's perceptions of her allies now? It's just the purest emotional all that she can think of when she sees Anscombe, Tier, Norre, Lilith. When she sees her allies, what does she feel? With everything else out of the way.
I think she feels safe. There's maybe a lizard brain part of her who's like, these are my friends. When they're around me, I do feel safe. So I don't think there's a part of her that's worried about where she is. She doesn't have even the instinct to be concerned. I do think she's probably occupying herself by trying to catch Lilith's tail.
Okay.
Is it just kind of just idle animations, and she's just sees the movement and just wants to explore that.
Yeah. I don't think Lilith will be entertained when she realizes that's what's happening, but
I thought about pitching Skullna's tail, but I there wouldn't be a chance.
No. Okay. Well, please do me a favor and roll me a d4.
Sure. That is a 3.
With a 3, you are stuck in the holding cell for 3 hours.
Oh my god!
Eventually, there is a knock at the watch house door, and Sergeant Edie gets up, goes to the door, and you all finally here. I'm glad you finally arrived.
So, before this guy comes in, or whoever is going to cure her of her stupid, did she notice her party talking to each other, interacting with each other? Are they just idling by themselves? Or, what were they up to? As far as she could perceive.
So, there was some conversation, but...
Not that she could understand it, but...
No, it was fairly tense and quiet. And Sergeant Edie is across the room, so...
Sure, so they're not being like, we did kill that guy, how are we gonna get out of this?
Yeah, that conversation isn't happening. That's not what's being spoken about. Eventually, you see a woman who looks human and maybe late 20s enters the watch house and looks through the bars at you. And as she looks over, She doesn't bother to ask the question as to who is
Which
feebled.
one? It's the drooling one.
She turns and Sergeant Elias says, "They are just being detained. They shouldn't be of any threat. If you feel compromised or endangered, please let me know." And the cleric nods and she says, in a clearly Aurelian accent, "I don't think that'll be a problem. I'll pay attention." And Sergeant Edie opens the door, and there's no, key. It's clear the door is not locked. The cleric enters, and she just kind of nods to your party before crouching in front of you. She says something to you. Her voice is pleasant. The tone is that of reassurance, but the words escape you. A symbol, what appears to be a feathered crown, on her chest suddenly glows. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 15.
It is a strange sensation. Suddenly, this powerful, magic that was weighing down on your mind is lifted, and you immediately get a terrible headache.
Ugh.
Are you back with us?
Yeah. Does she remember, does
Colors.
comprehension of what has happened
You
come back to her, or
remember.
does she need to be filled in?
No, you remember what happened to you, but you don't know, why you're where you are.
So she just she blinks, rubs her eyes, looks around. Why are we in a cell?
Next to you, Tier says, "We've been detained to be asked questions about the assassination of one Martin Solis."
She blink without really giving anything away with her expression or her body language. She'll just look at Sergeant Edie. Is that the right of it?
He, is looking through the door, and the cleric stands up, and she says,
Thank you, by the way.
"It seems as though your faculties have been returned." Sergeant Edie nods and says, "They'll be on the hook for payment."
I mean, we could settle that now. She looks down. Is her bag on her?
No, all of your personal
Oh.
effects have been removed.
Okay. I guess I'll get you later.
That's fine. You can bring the payment to the Temple of Melisandre. A pleasant day to
Great.
y'all. And she
You too.
departs. Sergeant Edie sees you are now coherent. "I'm Sergeant Elias Torrin. Everyone in the force calls me Sergeant Edie."
The pleasure is mine. I'm Lorna.
"I understand. You are also a Marigard mercenary, and this is your team, the Nightingales."
That's correct.
I've had a conversation with Hirsch. He informed me that you are the team's leader.
She'll nod.
And so, you and I will be having a conversation. And he gestures to the table that he was sitting at. "If you don't mind joining me."
As she stands up and dusts herself off, she's gonna quickly think, Vicar. Who was Martin Solus?
Okay. You ask
She's
Vicar.
she's taking her time, she's prim, she's a noble, she's dusting herself off, straightening, wiping the drool from her chin. She'll just take a moment to try to buy herself some time.
You hear Vicar say, "Now you ask."
It didn't matter before. Now I'm being detained for his murder.
Martin Solus was an ambassador for the Summer Fae. He was also a traitor of my other patronees.
What'd he do? I'm gonna need the cliff notes, man.
He swore an oath with me, and then sold it to another devil.
So he sold his contract.
Yes, he
So
reavowed his soul to someone else.
So it was a hellish bargain.
Indeed.
What's my legal standing here in the court of Aurelia, as far as committing this act in your name?
Well, murder is murder.
Helpful.
However, you might be able to enact the ploy that you are doing so under contract.
Which was true.
It is true. That's why I'm telling you to say it. I suggest you get a feel for the situation.
See what he knows.
If you can deny or suspend belief that it was you or your allies, that would be the best course of action. And at this point, Sergeant Edie is like standing at the opposite side of the table.
She starts walking, but in her last few steps, I don't think she's gonna ask Vic or anything. Oh, I guess, what does she know about law in Aurelia as far as like patronese and pacts go? Like, I'm sure there's a lot of tenuous court cases about people committing specific acts.
Yes, but this is not a thing that you would have studied. So
sure, but maybe anything like she did look into the hells. She studied it in school.
Roll me a history at disadvantage.
All right. First roll's a 17 without modifier. Second roll is a natural 20. So 17 plus 9 is a number.
26.
Thank you. 26.
Yeah. With a 26, Aurelian court, or rather Aurelian cases in the past, have almost always been situationally based. There is not a constitution or set of statutes. It's almost always the law is specific to the ruler of Aurelia at the time.
Mm-hmm. Right now it's Demeric.
Demeric, yes.
Nailed it.
Some rulers have been
I was there for that.
Yeah. Some rulers have been more friendly toward fiendish contracts and other sorts of things in the past. Others have been brutally non-compromising.
But Demeric is a businessman first, right?
You don't know.
Right.
He's only recently become king.
It's true. It's been a year.
Yes. Yes, it has. That's recent.
Sure. but have I heard any, like...
No.
Nothing.
No,
okay,
you have
nothing. Not. All right, fine.
You're in the dark here, unfortunately. Even with the 26, there just haven't been enough cases that have reached the king that a ruling would have been made.
Sure. Okay, so she plants herself nice and easy, politely, primly. So her party is in earshot in the same room.
Yeah. They're all like,
Just wondering.
They're paying attention. Yeah, you're literally like 20 feet from them.
So what's the situation? Can he see them too? Are they off to the side of both of them? Is his back to them? Is her back?
Your back is to your allies.
Great.
Sergeant Edie is facing you, and your allies are behind you, so he can see them
Anscombe
all.
has message, right?
Does Anscombe have message?
Why the fuck have I still not learned message? It's been on the to-do list.
Anscombe does have
I could
message.
Do it secretly. All right, well, maybe he can do something with that. But
with his, it's
be able to
not
anyways.
a thing. Okay, message requires a somatic and a material component. It's not something you can do while someone's staring at you.
Twig on him.
It's not. It's a copper wire.
We need a sorcerer on this team.
Okay, so all of these revelations are happening in the moment that you need them.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
There is no way for Anscombe to message you without without Elias Torrens seeing it happen.
We need a Kalashtar on this team.
All right. Can we get to this?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I'm frantically thinking about how I can get through this.
Sergeant Elias Torren has in front of him a slate with paper across it. And he has like a fountain pen that he basically like does the fountain pen thing where he pulls the lever on it and ink floods at the end, and he looks at you and he says, Lorna, Halueth, thank you for cooperating. This is, again, not an arrest.
Mm-hmm.
If it were, you would be standing in chains and not sitting.
I really appreciate this.
I'm going to ask you some questions.
Mm-hmm.
You can answer them, or you can choose not to. Either way, I'm going to write something down.
Mm-hmm. Will I be able to ask you questions as well?
I am under no obligation to answer them.
Sure. So we're both in the same standing here
Correct.
in this conversation.
I would like this to be as pleasant and prompt as it can be.
Mm-hmm.
He puts his pen to the paper. Why was your party loitering around the Silver Express station on the afternoon Martin Solus arrived?
First, she will say, we were planning on considering taking the Silver Express to Shona.
Roll a persuasion. No, deception, because you were not. This is a deception.
Well, okay, what is plausible? All right. Actually, deception's better. I don't know why I'm arguing with you. 8 plus 13 is 21.
21. Reasonable. He makes a note.
Mhm.
A tavern patron reported hearing your bard speak, drunkenly, admittedly, about a planned killing. Not a joke, not a metaphor, a killing. Care to explain that?
I wasn't there for that conversation. Which is true.
According to the Marigard standard practices, you are responsible for your team.
Mm-hmm. But I can't tell you about something I wasn't there for. I don't know what was said. I don't know what was overheard. I wasn't there.
Roll a deception.
I wasn't there.
You do know what was said.
But that's not what she's saying. She said she wasn't there.
But then she said she doesn't know what was said when she absolutely does.
I mean, to the letter of the word, I don't know what was said. Like, I don't know what Nora specifically said. I know she implied about killing, but I don't know the exact wording of what she said.
I need you to roll deception here.
Okay. I don't know why I'm arguing with you. My deception's better.
I don't know either.
15 plus 13 is 28.
He makes a note on the paper.
Can she see what he's writing? Probably
No.
not.
It's tilted
it's like
towards him.
blurred. Okay. I thought it was like Persia's magic pen where it's just kind of like gibberish when you're looking at it.
You left the city less than an hour after Solus collapsed at the station. Why the hurry?
We have a set amount of time in which to accomplish a task. We decided not to take the tram because we ended up needing to do something in the Rimwood, and since it takes a while to walk there, especially with how arduous the Rimwood can be to strangers, the sooner the better.
He makes a note. Martin Solus, and he closes the cover on this piece of paper and looks at you. Was an ambassador to the Summer Fae. An irritant, perhaps. A liability to some. But still an ambassador. Why was he assassinated?
I don't know. Is that a deception roll?
Yeah, this is a deception roll.
Unfortunately, she knows now. Like, I kind of wish I hadn't asked Vicar, because she could have been like, I don't know. And it would have been true. Shit. But, deception's better. And get your shit together. 17 plus 13 is a 30. I I'm sweating.
I'm giving you a chance to correct the story before it becomes one that I cannot stop.
You
Someone,
saw through a 30?
you don't know, someone will hang for this, and it's not going to be the Fae. The body was found with a single puncture wound. It was seen by the witness, clean and professional, punching up into the underside of the chin, and there was no audible disturbance, not even a shout. Yet the victim reacted like a spellcaster would, deprived of sound. Unusual, isn't it?
Sounds like an assassination.
You see his
I
face
imagine if
grows...
someone was planning an assassination, they would cover those bases.
Here's what I believe. I believe your party crossed paths with something dangerous. And I believe you, or one of your allies, are competent enough to survive it. I need your help to keep this from becoming a Fae incident.
How would we help you, Sergeant Edie?
I need to know why Martin Solus, ambassador to the Summer Fae, was assassinated in a silent spell in broad daylight in the middle of a station. I need to know the motive.
Because something about the Fae? Maybe if you elaborated, I'd understand better what you're talking about.
I need you to roll a deception.
19 plus 13 for a number. 32?
He opens the notebook again, and he makes a note. You are asking me for information I cannot provide.
She kind of puts her hands up like a oof.
It is also information that I do not believe you need.
So I'm extrapolating here that because of the unclear circumstances of this man's death, it could become an international incident, or is this an interplanar incident?
His eyes flip across from, like, behind you and then back to you. If it does become interplanar, there is nothing I can do to protect the one who did the deed.
Didn't you say that as an ambassador of the Fae Court, that he was a general irritant, or potentially could be, to anyone?
I did.
That sounds like a motive. Sounds like he probably pissed somebody off.
Sure, it could be. But the witness describes the wielder of the weapon very specifically.
Who was this witness?
That is not a thing I'm willing to disclose to you at this time. I am not
They were there then? They
convinced-
saw it happen?
So they say. From a particularly unique vantage point.
She just blinks at him. I gave you a motive.
No, you just filtered my words back to me.
It was
That's-
a pretty good guess for you.
No, that was not the motive that killed Martin Solus. An irritant I do not believe warranted an assassination for a Fey ambassador, at least not by a Fey.
No, I didn't say that.
You haven't given me anything, Lorna Hollyworth.
I said that he potentially pissed somebody off.
Yes, clearly he did, because he's dead.
I don't think it was a Fae.
I don't think it was a Fey either.
So it wasn't a Fae. I'm glad that we can agree on this.
He sighs.
What were his dealings in?
As an ambassador
I can help
to
you
the
figure
Fae?
this out if you want.
No. That is not a thing that we need to pursue. What I am going to say next. He looks like he's searching for the words. Our witness saw Mr. Solus perish. They saw the silent spell come into effect. They saw what they think was the killer. An individual who keenly matches one of the members of your party.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to give me something to go on, or I'm going to have to press further in the investigation as to causes and motive. That comes with agreed upon legend lores and divination.
Martin Solus made a deal and then backed out of that deal. And the previous owner of the deal didn't take kindly to that.
You're
He
not
pissed
speaking.
off the wrong person.
You're not speaking in conjecture anymore.
No, I'm not bullshitting you. I'm giving you your motive.
Roll a persuasion.
Oh, let's see, it's +9. 12. Can I use my Vicar boon?
Yeah.
Good. Oh, good. 12 plus 9 is 21.
21.
Whew.
Sergeant Edie closes the ledger once more and sets it on the table. That's the first thing you've said that I believe.
Okay. Edie, let's focus on me and not my team, who have nothing to do with this.
And we're back to the part where I don't believe you again.
They have nothing to do with the motive.
Go on.
Martin Solus died because of a bad deal.
A bad deal with who?
Well, I don't know who his second deal was made with. I just know that he promised his soul to somebody and then promised it again to somebody else. That's not usually taken very kindly in the Hells.
Fiendish influence, then.
She doesn't nod. He's got it. You know, she doesn't need to affirm his speculation. She also has horns and red hair, so, you know.
Mm-hmm. He looks a little frustrated as he looks past you and kind of up at the ceiling. Right.
Sounds complicated, right?
No. It sounds frustrating.
I suppose I meant more in the concept of jurisdiction.
Can you give me
Fae,
the name of the
fiend.
entity that was betrayed?
She'll take a brief pause, like she's mulling it over and saying, Vicar, the jig's up. What do you want me to tell him?
If he has sussed you out, then the truth.
Vicar, she says out loud.
You see, he pauses and then reaches down to the side of the table, and a drawer is opened. He pulls out a smaller book that he begins paging through. I need you to roll me a D100. And this D100 is going to influence how this plays out.
Great. I'm not stressed at all. How dare he threaten Skolna? 63.
63.
That is the love of my life, and I will not let him get away with this.
Hold on. I have to check a doc. Okay.
The little chuckle. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Sergeant Edie, finds what he's looking for in the book. And as he closes it, as are real. The Infernal Whisperer. He puts the book away, and he looks at you. I must request that for the next day, you and your allies do not leave town. If you are seen leaving town, you will be pursued.
Can I ask why we need to stay?
I need to research the Justicier's contact within that particular layer of the Hells. You will receive a runner by the morning. If, as our Uriel's activities fall within our jurisdiction, you are free to go. If not, you will become a suspect of the murder.
She will, as he's kind of speaking, and as soon as he says if his activities fall in this jurisdiction, she'll think inwardly, Vicar, do your activities fall in this jurisdiction?
You hear a slight chuckle, and Vicar says, "Wouldn't it be more interesting to find out the hard way?"
Vicar.
Oh, are you frustrated with me?
I'll do something for you, please. I need to know if I need to run or not.
You should be fine.
Does he sounds a little uncertain. He's not sure.
You can try an insight check him.
I would like to.
Yeah, go ahead.
13 plus 11 is 24.
He sounds like you should be fine.
She'll sigh and think, Vicar, I'll owe you one. If you can give me a definitive answer tonight, whether you do or do not have jurisdiction here, so I have time to get out before they come down on me, consider it a favor owed.
I'll think about it.
But please, no more assassinations. Look what happened.
Well, perhaps some unforeseen... Well, I was going to say that, but some unforeseen circumstances must be avoided in the future.
Hmm.
Like
She'll-
perhaps not killing the person in broad daylight in the middle of a train station.
They would have gone off without a hitch.
Would it?
She'll, like, she does not dignify that with a response, and she looks at Edie and smiles and says, "We won't leave."
I trust that you mean that. Return their effects. And the guards do.
She kisses her staff. Oh, I missed you.
As your party all... You're no longer befuddled. Let me remove this effect.
I love that.
As Sergeant Elias Torin is making notes in this ledger, you feel remarkably dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
Your party all kind of...
You know, she's the first one to leave.
Yeah, your party all follows you out. All of your stuff returned to you. And you are in Augur City.
As soon as, like, she and the party are out the door, she says, "We're going to Cabby's, then we'll talk."
Sounds good to me. And your Anscombe just, like, folds in next to you. The rest of your party follows you. You notice Skolna looks confused. Because she heard that whole thing, and she doesn't know how she was seen.
Yeah. Neither does Lorna.
You guys make your way to Cavies. You were in the main civic station in the center of Augur City. So, literally, it's like around the corner in 2 blocks before you arrive at Cavies.
Can she insight check Moray? Because Edie specifically said during that questioning, "Your bard was heard."
She looks ashamed. Like, she's not hiding it. She's, like, looking at the ground.
Oof, oof, oof. Gotcha. Okay. Lorna doesn't pay her any particular attention.
Yeah.
Besides just noting that.
That's for the best. But you do eventually arrive at Cavies. And as you do, behind the bar, the bright, smiling face of human form Cavendish, looks at you all and says, "Well, look who it is. I'm so pleased to see you all again."
Hey, we would love one of your top floor rooms, please.
Oh, of course.
3 of them. Let's just say 3.
Sure. 3 gold apiece.
She'll just slap them 9 gold down for everybody.
He puts them away and then hands you 3 keys.
All right. She just kind of like flips her finger, points upstairs to her crew. Let's go.
Yep.
We might be down later.
I hope to see you. And as you all kind of just follow all the way up, go to the top floor of Cavies. It is with an air of tension.
It is the floors that are protected against like scrying, blah blah blah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
That's why it's a gold moor, basically.
Mm-hmm.
As you arrive, you basically open the door to one of the rooms, and it's immediately a little more muted as you enter.
Mm-hmm. Lorna, like, still with a migraine from the befuddlements, just rubbing her temples. Okay.
Look, I know I fucked up. All right, it's
Why? I'm
not
not
my
even
best
concerned
moment.
about that right now.
Okay.
What?
It's just important that you know that I know.
I understand. And I know you didn't. Obviously, this is what you wanted to happen.
No.
It wasn't done out of malice.
Nori, sits down on one of the beds. As the party all kind of files into the room, Skolna's the last one to enter, and she just looks at you with, a look of confusion on her face.
So, I don't know how Skolna was seen. Potentially what was overheard in Cavies made it back so that somebody with ties to law enforcement was looking around for when Martin Solus arrived and had some means to perceive through an invisibility or I don't know. That's kind of the lower tier of our problem right now. So, I have it on Vickers' non-committal-ish authority that he has jurisdiction, or his activities are within this jurisdiction, which means we go free, as Edie said. He didn't give me
Because
like 100%
wait,
confidence.
hold on.
Sorry.
So if Vicar, your
hmm
patron, had
hmm
jurisdiction here because we did a thing for him,
hmm
we're free.
It's more of like I feel like I'm not a law student, obviously, but whatever issues that local authorities have with Vickers' activities here is more of like an issue between them as opposed to just us instruments of his chaos.
Okay.
So, as far as I know right now with the information I have, we're probably fine. I did ask him to give me a hard yes or no by tonight so that we know if we need to get the fuck out of here or not because obviously I'm not going to prison. We just can't come back to Augur City.
Wait. That's kind of a problem, right? Like, Augur City is the closest it's the closest place.
Yeah, sure, but if we have to write it off, we'll write it off. Obviously, we're not going to do time for this, and I'm not giving them Skolna. I'd rather kill myself. So, she looks at Skolna at this point. If I get a no from Vicar, or he's still waffling on the yes or the no, when Edie comes around to tell us whether we're free or there's a problem, I think you should make yourself scarce just so they can't catch you. If it is a problem.
Skolna hesitates for a moment.
I know you more than anybody can get out of their grasp.
What about you?
He seems to want a fall guy as far as a specific person seen committing this act. He can't prove that the rest of us were there unless he didn't. I don't know what the witness saw, but the witness confirmed that they saw you somehow. But they might not be able to hold us in the same way they could if someone could positively identify you. Does that make sense?
She nods.
In that case, I don't want you grabbable at all. If we have to go back and I have to talk our way, the rest of us who weren't seen out of it, I can probably do that, but I don't want them being able to grab you.
Roll a persuasion.
Okay. There it is. 16 plus 9.
The 25, Skolna seems pained at the idea, but eventually she just nods.
If it comes to that, and I don't think it will, but if it does, I'll let you know. You'll be scarce. We'll meet Edie. You'll be the only one not there. I'll send to you. Um, I'll keep you apprised as best I can what's going on. We'll probably be able to walk out of it because he can't pin anything on us unless he divines. But in the hopes, we either walk free, which is what I think is going to happen. I just like having a contingency, or we're running tonight and we can't come back to Otter City.
Okay.
But we're going to stick together, okay?
She nods. But what about the plan with the Arcanium and teleporting to Malachor?
I think that's where we're going to. She actually like use the light bulb or whatever the amaranthine equivalent of a light bulb is. A dancing light appears over her head, and she says, "That's how we'd leave. We wouldn't even have to abscond from the city itself. We could just go to the Arcanium and get a teleport to Malachor."
They wouldn't stop us?
We might have to get creative.
Don't we have to write our name down every time we teleport?
I mean, they would know we left by the Arcanium, but like, what could they do at that point? Like, we've already left.
Skolna looks anxious, and Tier says, I think what she's hinting at is it's likely the guard has a way to keep us from teleporting.
Oh,
If they'd said to not leave the city, it's...
you could put down flower power.
I've not tried to lie on the Arcanium Ledger.
Well, sometimes we're just gonna have to hope for the best and full send it, you know? If it comes to that, we're just gonna have to see what happens.
So,
Like we're blacklisted, is
let
what
me
you're
put it
saying.
this way. I've been a pirate before, but whilst I never was flagrant right in front of law enforcement whilst I was doing it. Right? Like,
But the Arcanium workers aren't law enforcement. They work for
no.
Hushen, who is devil.
Right, but I mean, they are based in the cities, so it's likely that they need to follow some rules.
Like, I see.
Like, don't
Sort
let
of like a
criminals
compromise.
teleport away.
But we're not criminals.
If we try to run, we would be. Look, all I'm saying is, I fucking hope that your patron is up to snuff around here, or it's gonna get real sticky.
He seemed more sure than unsure. He promised me he would tell me by tonight, yes or no. He promised is kind of a loose word. He said that he would. Or he said he would consider it. I don't think it's getting ourselves worked up isn't productive.
Well, we have some time to kill then.
I do know, and she kind of like, it's a broad sweeping gesture. Nobody's getting drunk unless they can rectify that. She kind of looks meaningfully at Lilith because I want us to be on our A game if we need to be.
Lilith somehow has a pitcher, like a mug of ale, that she has been sipping it.
Where did you even get that?
I bought it from Cavi.
You work fast.
He knows what I like.
A drink is fine. If you are inebriated and don't make the best judgment calls.
I'm not going to get smashed. I fucking get it, okay?
Great. Awesome.
If there's one thing guards don't like, it's when you're drunk in front of them.
It's one thing guards don't like. It's
Murderers.
she just kind of flails. I just would
Wait a
love
minute, wait a minute, wait a
something
minute.
worked out.
Is this the first time you've been on the wrong side of law?
No.
I think it is. I think this
It's
is
not.
the first time you've been in trouble.
I've been on the wrong side of the law ever since I met the master.
Okay.
Lilith,
That hardly
this is
counts.
this is not my first assassination. Don't you remember that guy we had to lure from the docks for the master the day she cut off my hand?
I kind of forgot about that, to be honest. I kind of blacked that out.
I didn't. You weren't there for the killing part, but I led him up to the room under the guise of having sex with him, and then the master made me cut his throat.
What?
I didn't have sex with him. I just had to get him up into the room so I could kill him.
Not sure if that's better.
I didn't want to do it. Does that help?
Sure. Anscombe just looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, terrible, horrible. It's the first sentient being that I killed was a poor man whose crime I didn't know. I had to cut his throat. It was also the same day that I had my hand removed, so it was a very dark day for me.
She removed your hand even though you did what she wanted you to.
But that was before I had to kill him.
She removed your hand and then you had to kill him?
Yes, and I couldn't use magic to kill him. I had to do it the good old-fashioned get your hands right in the viscera kind of way because she was really upset with me.
I see.
So, no, Lilith, this is not my first time on the wrong side of the law.
Right, but is it your first time, talking to the guards about it and shit?
I guess the master cleaned up that mess.
At least that was the least she could do, right?
I suppose. She also gave me the money in the same instance to pay for my new hand, which, class act.
Yeah.
I wonder what she did with my original hand. She kept it. It's probably in a jar somewhere.
She kept it.
Oh yeah.
I suspect it's how she's been able to find you.
Lorna just continues massaging her temples.
Yep. Tier just like folds his arms and leans back on the bed and says,
Let's stop talking about the most traumatic evening of my life.
"Yeah, well, we're not getting drunk, and
No.
we're sitting here waiting for a devil to tell us whether we need to run or not."
Mm-hmm.
Right. Anybody know any good parlor games or card games or anything? This
Lorna,
feels
like,
just like another night for the Nightingales.
Lorna, like, she's got all three keys. They're in one room. She just kind of places them, like, on a flat surface and just says if anyone needs their own space, if anyone wants to go down to drink, great. I would prefer it if we didn't leave cabbies. I would like to keep track of you all, please.
Before anyone does decide to leave, firstly, I do want to apologize to everyone. I was drunk, and I did let slip, as Edie said. And TR Media's like, we know.
Before Nora continues, can Lorna kind of insight check the whole party? How are they feeling about this? Like, the predicament that they're in?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
She's wondering, because it's all not hold grudges. 10 plus 11 is 21.
Anscombe, looks a little scared. Like, he's
He's a good boy. He doesn't do
anxious.
bad things.
Yeah, he's not been in the trouble with the law like this before.
Mhm.
Like, the worst he's ever had is, like, got drunk and was
Yeah. He's been put in the drunk tank, basically, for
Yeah.
fighting.
This is new. Norre clearly looks ashamed,
She's not hiding that.
and worried. Tier looks unbothered.
He was already privy to this
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Skolna, with a 21, you can't quite read, but she looks thoughtful. I'll say that. She looks like she's found like a corner of the room, and she's like looking into the middle distance.
Mhm.
You don't know where Burke is.
Oh, yeah.
He's not here.
Fair. I mean, if he wanted to follow them, he would, because he followed them all the way to a Hydra, so,
Yeah.
she never sees them again, she'll understand.
And Lilith looks amused.
Because I'm sure she's been arrested once. She used to run with gangs.
Yeah, this doesn't look like unfamiliar territory to Lilith.
Mhm.
She is. I mean, she's sipping at the tankard of ale, and she has her canticles open.
Mhm.
But she's kind of just like She's kind of like people watching, just in
Sure.
this room.
Like Lorna is.
Yeah. And when you make eye contact with Lilith, she just kind of raises both eyebrows at you briefly.
She rolls her eyes.
That's the vibe you get.
Yeah. I think Lorna would. How many beds are in this room? 2? 1?
There's 2 beds per room.
Okay, so they have 6 beds. Enough beds for everybody if everybody decided they wanted their
Yeah.
own bed. She'll just pick one, whether someone's already on it or not, and just kind of flop on her face.
While you're face down, Nore continues. She says, "We've been through, a lot. And I mentioned this briefly to Lorna, but I know we've got a lot going on with Skolna's past and Lorna's
Present.
second past, I guess.
It's present. It's all present. It's happening at this moment. It's present, she says in a muffled pillow.
But I wanted to bring up, at some point, we're gonna go find the master, the woman that did that to you, and we're gonna kill her, or deal with that, whatever that means. And then I don't know what's coming next, but I do hope we can find time to head back where I hail from.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize I hadn't said this really before, not to all of you. My sister's dead. And the sorcerers that did it to her are still alive. And I'd like to remedy that. And considering we're going to Malachor to handle a master of charm, I feel like after handling that, we can manage sorcerers that like to tout the same abilities, but what I would imagine to be a pale comparison. Now, it's very cold, and it's not close, and there's no teleportation circles there, so it's going to be a bit of a voyage. But now that we've all been on the wrong side of the law together, I kind of feel as though there's a new kinship that wasn't here maybe yesterday. And so I'm hoping all of you will help me deal with my own demons.
Literally.
Aye, literally. The sorcerers of the Misty Vale use demons to do all their dirty work. And I'm fairly certain I know where Fort Foyer is, which is what they use as their home base. If when we have the time.
We'll make the time, Nori. I already promised you that. At least I'll do it.
I know you did.
I'm not speaking for anyone else.
If Lorna's in, I'm in. And frankly, Nora, even if she wasn't, you've been through the thick of it with us, so... yeah. I'll help. I'm in. Well, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I'm not going to say that again. Oy.
Horrible death.
Yeah. Some horrible fight at the hands of demons, but yeah, I'll help kill them. I don't like demons at all, and I am quite proficient at traveling the mountains, so just let me know, and I'll brush up. Sounds like, you're finally coming to terms with that hurt. It sounds exactly like the sort of thing that Tyrus would smile on.
Yeah, it does.
I'm happy to burn some traitors. Right alongside you. Finally, after everyone has spoken, Nora just looks at Skolna. Skolna, like, shrugs. And then she says, didn't need to ask.
Aw.
Okay. That's a good sign. Thank you all. I realize mine isn't quite as personal to all the rest of you. But
If it matters to you, it matters to me.
it does. Thank you. I mean, if we're going to get personal, y'all want to help me go hunt down a false Hydra?
I thought you didn't want to face the false Hydra.
I don't at all. I don't want to go anywhere near it. I was trying to be funny.
She ruffles his hair.
Ah. Skolna looks at him and says, what's a false Hydra?
Ooh.
And Anscombe says, It's a monster that makes you forget. And Skolna just she holds up her hand and shakes her head, and she says, "I was kidding." Oh, like you forgot. I get it. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Why is Skolda the funniest person in the party? One who doesn't talk.
She doesn't talk. That's like
What does
the
that say
first
about the
joke she's
rest of
told in a
us?
long time. I don't know. It is.
Okay.
You're like face down in the pillow on the bed. Suddenly you hear, "You'll be fine."
Oh, Lorna. Lorna like boosts herself up on her like palms upright. She says, "We're fine." Ugh.
So we don't have to run?
No. Whew.
Okay. That's good news. It also, well, he said we can't leave, so we're probably stuck here for the night anyway, but
Sure. Fine. Whatever.
I'm not gonna lie. I was I was worried that, our most convenient city nearest the Marigar was gonna be a
I
problem.
agree with you, but we gotta do what we gotta do, you know? Um, I was gonna collect on that. It doesn't matter. I need to go pay for this thing that the clerk at Melisandre did for me, since we don't have to worry about sticking around Cabby's tonight. That I'm aware of.
You want company?
I think everybody should travel in groups. Like, yes, I would like company. I don't think anyone should go off on their own unless they're Skolna, because I trust her to do that.
Let me just down this. And Loeth drains the rest of her mug, and your party all kind of gets up and begins to follow you out of the room.
Whew.
As you leave the room, heading down out of the tavern, uh, it's, early evening.
Mhm.
Do you know where you're going?
Oh. She'd ask Cabby on the way out. Temple of Melisandre?
Oh, you're feeling a little bit holy.
Oh, I'm feeling something.
All right. Well, the Temple of Melisandre is just, you take a left, you go north, you follow the road. It's just by the Fool's Porch Gate.
Great.
You can't miss it.
Before we head out, were we wrong in interpreting a kind of a tense vibe going on when we arrived at the tram station?
Oh, no. Um, well,
We've been out.
yeah. Well, there's, tell of a rebellion kind of
What?
creeping up around here. Yep, there's been a curfew that's being put into place and all
Sorry, you
sorts
said
of.
rebellion?
Oh, yeah.
Tell what rebellion?
Maybe you should take a seat.
She'll plant her butt on a stool at the bar.
Cavi leans over close to you. What do you know about Demerick, the king?
I was there for the moot. Well, I wasn't in the building. I was outside. I escorted a person to the moot. He was elected, and then I went home.
Is that all you know?
Yeah.
Well, good news is, well, I don't know what side of it you're on. It doesn't really matter. The
I'm
news.
Sarisian.
Okay, well, news is, uh, there may have been some questions about how he took power. Illegal questions. So, there's been a lot of unrest around the town lately. And he might not be in power for much longer.
Oh,
Yep.
that's a big deal.
The old hero Adelon is said to be coming into town, and they're gonna maybe put him up in a Kingsmoot against Demerick and see what happens.
Does Lorna know who Adelon is?
Roll history.
21.
With a 21, Lord Dura Adalon is famous as the war hero who led the charge against the Demon King Nagora, which only happened a couple years ago. He's famous and often like spoken of with like a respectful reverence one would hear about a military hero.
Oh, I think I heard a bard song about how Adelon single-handedly defeated the Demon King Nagora.
Yep, that's the one. Talking about making
Wow.
him king of
That sounds like a
Aurelia.
great idea. If he can do that, why wouldn't he be king, you know?
Funniest part is he's Kagan.
Oh, wouldn't that just make the most sense to settle the disputes between the two countries?
You would think so. But, you know, he's near and dear to Aurelian hearts all over the nation, so who knows?
Do you think we'll have any trouble getting to the Temple of Melisandre at this time of night or evening?
You got a couple hours before curfew takes in.
Is there anyone or anything we should avoid that might mean trouble? Like revolutionary? Rebellion?
He thinks about it for a moment. Well, if you come across any Gold's Watch, which you'll know them because they have a gold collar, just keep moving.
Sure. I mean, she like kind of looks at her party. Only one of us is Aurelian and none of us are Kain, so
Oh, that's not the problem.
oh.
You're known entities of the Merigard Mercenary Academy.
Uh-huh. Is that a problem?
Well, the Gold's Watch are suspicious right now.
But the Merigard doesn't have a stake in
You're right, but
Aurelian
mercenaries
politics.
are hired. You understand?
Sure.
I'm just saying, you know, if you see Gold's Watch, keep moving. And
I can do that.
If they're trying to talk to you, maybe make yourself scarce.
Okay. We could also dress down, like
Yeah, if you have disguises or anything like that, that'd be a good idea.
okay. Lorna masks
Obviously,
the Bene faces herself.
obviously, here in, you know, the Windstar and all that, you're in the center of the city, no one's going to give you a hard time. But once you get norther, close to the gate and such, the outskirts might be sticky.
Is that where the temple is? Above
Yep.
table.
Sure is.
Oh.
Above the table, he's described, like, if you look on the city map, let me activate it for you. This is the temple. It's like right inside the
Oh,
gate.
good. Right where?
Yep.
All right. Is anyone in her party wearing like armor, inscribed insignia
Anscombe.
type deal?
Anscombe's armor has
Anscombe
like
can
a.
change his. No, he can't.
No,
Or
he
can
can't.
you? Anscombe, can you change your appearance?
Anscombe
He doesn't have
says,
disguise self. I
"Hold
feel like
on,
he could
calm down.
disguise self.
Calm down. Let me check. Jesus Christ. I don't have everyone's character sheet memorized, unfortunately. Anscombe says, "Yeah, sure. What's the problem?"
We just need to not be Marigardy. I can change my face. Lilith has the hat of disguise. Can you?
Yep. And he makes himself look like Anscombe, but wearing just traveler's clothes.
Lorna does the same thing.
Yep.
But nicer clothes. She still look good.
He also makes his hair like weirdly mohawky. Just so it like changes the shape of his head and his silhouette.
Why not?
Why not? It's new. He kind of tilts his head back and forth, like fanning the air.
Skolna doesn't have any like obvious regalia on her, does she?
Nothing about Skolna
That-
is obvious.
Exactly. Yeah, that would be really weird for a rogue. I'm a Marigard rogue.
Yeah, it's
so-
not clear for Skolna.
Lilith can change, so it's just Nori and Tier. Are they obvious? Or do they
Nore
take, like,
is
lapel
not
pins
wearing.
off?
Nore is not wearing Marigard uniform. She's wearing like her Blade Maiden's garb.
Nice. Okay.
And Tier, he has the sash for the Marigard contractors. He just takes it off.
Let's put that away. All right. Good. All right. Dress down. We're good.
Perfect.
Thank you
I
for the
wouldn't know.
information.
Oh, I'm always here to provide.
She'll, you know.
Yeah, you guys depart, and you begin
Depart.
making your way to the Temple of Melisandre. Roll me a d8.
Wait. 6.
A 6. Okay. There is just the same perception of tension around the town. Roll me a d100, please.
6.
6 on the d100?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit,
Yep.
okay. As tense as it is, the evening is quiet. You and your group are making your way up northwards towards the Fool's Porch when you hear, it's several blocks away, but you hear someone call out, "Down with Demrick!" And then what sounds like a small explosion.
Oh. All right, keep it moving, guys.
You hear this explosion come from several rooftops away, and a black plume of smoke suddenly out over the rooftops. And your party keeps moving?
Yep. No, we are not going to be seen or caught near
Okay. Do you make haste?
political demonstrations. Not like they're suspicious. They're not running, but they're keeping their faces in the direction they're headed.
Okay.
They are walking.
You're clearly trying... Okay, so you're trying not to be involved, basically.
No.
Um,
We don't have no horse in this race.
Gonna need a group stealth check for that.
Okay.
So roll for Lorna, and I'll roll for your party.
Don't be suspicious. But we're actually not suspicious.
No, not this time.
We have nothing to do.
Now you're just trying not to attract attention, basically.
23.
Okay.
Job, Lorna.
Your party rolled okay. An average of 17. It's like, yeah. Okay. Your party, like, there's a lot of running footsteps, lots of guards. You do see some Gold's Watch. They don't pay you any mind. Your disguises keep them from paying any attention to you. Disguises. You just are not obviously Marigard. That being said, with the hat of disguise and Anscombe looking in traveler's clothes, you looking in traveler's clothes, a lot of your fancy, finer gear is not obvious. So
people.
You don't obviously look like mercenaries. Tier is the most kitted of all of you.
And he doesn't. Nice sword.
Yeah,
nice
he has
bow.
like a scimitar on his belt and a bow on his back, in a harness. He just looks like a hunter right now, which is not that outrageous considering. That being said, your party is mostly left alone as you make your way towards the temple. Which, when you do finally arrive, the Temple of Melisandre is a beautiful structure. It is stout. It is wide. It has mosaics all across the stained glass windows that are of this feathery star crown that is the symbol of Melisandre, but each one is a more, like, embellished design where within the crown you see symbols of what look like people, perhaps heroes or priests or clerics or paladins of the order, but they're not ones you know because you're not a follower of Melisandre.
Yeah.
But the door is open, and immediately looking into the Temple of Melisandre, you can see that there are these broad, like, it looks like a hospice almost, or a hospital. You see there's a whole bunch of these cots that are set up, and there are people being tended to inside them. There's also lots of people coming in and out. This is a very busy temple. Immediately inside the door...
It took them 3 hours to get to us.
Yeah. Immediately inside the doors, you see there are countless people that are crowded around like this large cauldron that is boiling, and it smells profoundly of chicken broth. Beyond that, you see that there is the same cleric that cured you, and she is like ladling out soup for all these people. And as you arrive, she looks up and says, "Oh, good, you've made it.
Yeah.
I'm afraid a greater restoration is going to be about 150 gold.
Okay. Do you happen to sell scrolls of greater restoration?
Yeah, we have a couple.
I would love like one because that sucked, and we would like to be prepared for the next time it inevitably happens.
They are a little expensive because generally we sell them um, to the college or
Mhm.
to the guards, but I can sell them privately if you need them.
Just one, just an emergency one.
Okay. They're 300 gold for a scroll of greater restoration.
Twitches.
It doesn't require components, is the big thing. So the scroll just
Yeah.
immediately casts it.
300 plus 150 is 450. Lorna sighs and hands over 450 gold.
You didn't haggle at all, so the cleric is very gracious as she gives you the scroll, and she just
I'm gonna
says,
tell about Sonder. They do good things.
she bows and says, "Oh, her golden light bathe you. Thank you kindly, and I hope this serves you in good health."
I'm certain it will, and thanks for the assist
Of
earlier.
course. And I'm glad to see that you're out and free.
Yes, it was a misunderstanding.
They often are.
I'll get out of your hair. I see you're busy.
Oh, forever. May her light
Oh
guide you.
no. Oh, and you too. That's what they say, right?
You say that's what they say, right? And the priest says, "Sure."
Lorna will tuck the scroll away.
Okay.
And
You've purchased greater
skedaddle.
restoration.
Let's just get back to the bar, shall we? I don't like the turmoil of this place right now.
Okay. You leave the temple of Melisandre, heading
Skedaddle.
back to Cavies. Your visitation was brief.
Yes.
And as you're leaving, Anscombe just says, "I know they were busy, but that place smelled nice.
It did. It's a nice place to be.
Reminded me of home."
Oh, she'll ruffle his mohawk.
It sounded
Her
like,
fingers just
yeah,
pass through
it
it.
just passed through. And Anscombe's like, "Hey, you're gonna give it away." Roll me another d8.
1.
1.
Uno.
Nothing happens. You make your way
Woo!
back to Cavies. It is a quiet evening. Well, not that quiet. You hear the aftermath of whatever's going on in the nearby neighborhood. You're shouting. You don't hear what sounds like battle, but it definitely sounds like there's people shouting over the din of smoke and fire. It's not a big enough fire that the fire bells are ringing, but it is definitely like something is happening. But you guys keep moving.
Not my problem.
You, with a 1 on the d8, you make it back to Cavies with no issue. I'm assuming you are going back to Cavies.
Yes.
Okay.
Where they bought rooms.
Yeah, you were only gone for like 45 minutes. And as you return, Cavi looks up and says, "Couldn't wait to get back, did you?"
Nope, your advice was well taken. We decided not to linger, and we're back.
That's for the best. Now, can I interest you all in some dinner?
Yes.
Okay. And he just
Mhm.
gestures to the countertop. And then he basically starts bringing out these platters of what looks like roast chicken with potatoes and corn and other assorted vegetables. And as he puts down each platter in front of you, he just says, "It's going to be 2 silver a head."
Sure. She'll money bags today. She just puts the
Okay.
money down.
You're all served dinner with drink. The drink it's water or ale, which is complimentary. And if you want something else, it costs more. But as you guys are eating dinner, you cannot help but feel perceived.
Mm-hmm. Is there anyone should, casual glance around?
Well,
Is it
roll
Burke?
a perception check.
We lost our dragonborn. 16.
Okay. With a 16, you spot someone. They're not where you'd expect them to be. As you're looking down the bar, you're like looking up and down to see where you get this feeling of being watched from. You see at the end of the bar, but atop it, like the bar has these wooden shelves along the sides of it, and then like a big, long upper display area where there's all sorts of little ornamentations and weapons and all sorts of crap up there that's just for mood, basically. And you see on the upper shelf a tiny, tiny person is staring at you.
What? Like a gnome?
Smaller. Much smaller.
Like a fairy?
Yeah. It's...
Oh. Like
see,
this
like...
fucker right here?
No. Well, yeah, about that big, actually. All dressed all in green with green hair. You see he is this tiny little guy, and he has what's basically looks like a thimble that he's drinking out of, and he's got both his hands around it.
Amazing.
And he's looking down, but you get the impression that since you've entered the tavern, he's been looking at you.
She would, like, kind of duck to catch his eye and just kind of wiggle her fingers at him.
He narrows his eyes at you and, like, retreats onto the shelf.
She'll put her hands up like, sorry. Fuck, sorry.
When that happened, this is what he looked like, by the way.
This little guy.
Yes.
Just a cutie. She'll, like, lean over to Tier. Did you notice the fairy looking at us?
What? No? Where?
That. She, like, nods her head in that direction. You, Mr.
He rolls an
Observant, you
advantage
didn't
again.
notice the fucking fairy?
He rolled a 1. So then, like, you pointed out to him, he's like, oh shit, look at that. Okay.
I haven't seen many fairies around here.
No, this is not... I mean, it's the dense city. Why would they be here?
Is he mean mugging me or am I crazy?
No, he looks pissed at you.
Lorna will cast Sending.
Oh, shit. Okay. You cast Sending.
Just like full eye contact. She's like, hey, can I help you? I see you're looking at me.
You
Want me to buy you a drink?
You is that what you say?
Yeah.
You hear. It's gonna cost more than a drink for what you did.
I'm size. So like gesture. I don't know what Kevin are fucking supposed to lot.
Fuck you. You actually like he like says that over the shelf at you.
How am I supposed to apologize if I don't know what I did? She like says out loud.
He does. He's just back on the shelf.
Step
and
on
he's
your
done.
aunt? Like
You don't know why. You don't know what he doesn't say anything else. He has retreated back onto the shelf.
I'll look at the rest of the group. Is Skolna there?
Yeah.
What the fuck's his problem? She'll just,
Skolna
that's
just-
a broad question to the table, but like, I'm always interested in what Skolna has to say.
Hang on. Skolna next to you just says, he said, fuck you.
Yeah, no, I got that. Do we
She
remember coming
shrugs.
across a fairy recently? To what
No.
do?
You. The last time you saw a fairy, it was like in the Rimwood, when you slipped into another realm briefly, and that wasn't. There was no fairies that small. or
Yeah, that
anything
was
like
fucking
If it was
Flurry.
Flurry. It was forever ago.
Okay. Okay.
You have no idea why this fairy is pissed at you.
Fairy. I'm gonna think deeper to fuck you too. Back to a drink.
Okay.
She's like, but she's mindful because fairies are tricky little fucks, and she doesn't want to get like poisoned or charmed by it,
Sure,
if it's got
yeah.
a grudge against her, she's gonna like, cover her drink.
Yeah, you're careful. You're paying close attention.
Very.
Roll me a perception check, just
Sure.
while you're like on guard.
Terrible. 13.
Okay. You find yourself a little distracted. Firstly, the chicken's pretty good. You and your allies gain 6 temporary hit points,
Noise.
which is, it's not nothing. While that's occurring, you and your friends are eating. There's, you have some quiet conversation and stuff like that. Next to you, Tier says, "So, a rebellion. It's
Not my
finally
problem.
something interesting that's happening not around us."
I mean, yeah, if you look at it that way, I suppose, but I feel like we should stay far away from that problem.
Oh, I'm not touching it with a 20-foot pole. I'm just saying, it's nice to hear that, there's problems elsewhere, not just in our back pocket.
Yeah, that's true. It gives us a little perspective. There's other stuff going around in the world, even while we're dealing with our bullshit.
I'm just saying, maybe there might be some work to be had around a rebellion.
Well, that's what the Gold's Watch are worried about. Apparently, Beauregard mercenaries coming in here and sporting a side.
Well, what if we did? I imagine the pay would be good.
Sure, but we have other priorities.
I know, I'm just saying,
headed north.
Well,
if it's still ongoing after we're done with X, Y, and Z, yeah, sure, we'll.
I mean, how long is it going to take to kill a vampire, kill a gang, a criminal organization leader, and a bunch of sorcerers, and go into an underground place where there's all sorts of magic shit defending it?
I don't.
Once all that's done, I mean, who knows how long that'll take?
I mean, in game, like a couple weeks, but like outside of game, years.
Oh.
Lorna's nose starts bleeding.
Yeah, like Tier's like, what? What game?
I don't know, man, but I suddenly have a big headache.
Let's avoid that line of thought.
It's the fucking fairy. He's probably sprinkled some pixie dust on me or something.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Oh, good. Oh, natural one. The booze. That's a 6 total.
A 6?
She's like, let's not get drunk tonight, guys.
Yeah. Don't worry about
She's
it.
not locked in. She's relieved. They're not gonna have to flee Augur City tonight. She's not locked in at all.
All right. So, as the party is eating dinner and things are settling in, getting nice and quiet and relaxed, Cavi tries to entice you with some apple cinnamon dessert.
Obviously, he's gonna succeed.
Okay, it's another silver.
Hooray!
So make a note that you owe another 6 silver because your party all wants one.
Good.
While you're eating and as things are getting quieter, Skolna has taken a seat next to you at the counter and is eating her own cinnamon toasted apple.
Mm-hmm.
Your passive investigation is high enough, and Skolna's looking down as she has stopped with fork in hand, is looking at her toasted apple. In tiny, perfect handwriting burned into the apple, it says, "I saw what you did."
The fucking fairy.
And that is where we will call tonight's session.
What a little douchebag! Let's kill him. Oh, Faye. Jesus.
As we come to the end of the session with
Very
some
unrelated.
with some breadcrumbs more obvious than others,
Not my problem, Fairy. Take it up with Vicar.
I want to thank you for playing with me. I hope you had a good time. And to those of you who are at home or at work watching, hi Penn, hi Sleepy, hi Emily, hi Class, hi everybody else, we love you all, and I wish you a good night. You did it! Look at that! Oh my goodness!